Welcome back to our Blues Water channel. So this is part 2 of our morning practice, and we're going to show you our Chi Machines Electro Acupuncture practice. So we're going to start off with a short video just giving an overview of showing Chris using the Chi Machine. Alrighty, thank you. Okay, so we have Chris rocking on the Chi Machine, rocks the whole spine, and then that Theracane in his hand is used to hit meridian points, trigger points, and the combination is very unwinding. Now, you can do a meditation that we're going to show you. You could do an actual meditation just doing this. I'm going to just show you another option for meditation using the Electro Acupuncture device and another position on the Chi Machine. But this is the one of the basic things you can do. And now we'll move on to the second practice. Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, so anybody doing a lot of consciousness work, you've done hypnotherapy, you do Ho'oponopono, but you have a lot of, you're aware of your content, but you're trying to process essentially what's coming up, especially first thing in the morning. You've had a lot of dreams, bringing up very, very deep, what I would call soul memories. This is your most inner experiences that you've recorded, but you've never really processed. So you need to process. You know, you were confused. You were more in a trauma-free state because nobody was teaching you or treating you to process what was going on inside of you. So in Ho'oponopono, the statement is, I'm sorry, please forgive me if anything going on inside of me right now that's causing X problems. Let's say you're very sad. You say, I'm sorry, please forgive me if anything going on inside of me that's causing me to have grief. Now, why would you apologize for your grief? That's an interesting question. So the premise really is that basically you didn't process a lot of things in your life, and you took on your ancestor stuff, you took on your parents' stuff. You're always dealing with information coming in. You don't know how to process it. You don't know how to clear it. And so the apology is really you're talking to your inner child nature, and you're saying, look, I'm so sorry you got stuck with this, basically. And you're trying to help this inner being to learn how to let go. This is just simply a letting go practice.
Ho'oponopono teaching states that we are replaying ancestral trauma memories. This is the root cause of all suffering. Just as a virus jumps from one computer to another, trauma memories are passed from one generation to another. And like viruses, they run in stealth mode in the subconscious mind. Where do these viral memories actually exist becomes the most interesting question.
So you're going to turn on the Chi Machine. Now usually you lie on your back when you do it, but I find this is a really letting go posture for me. Now I also lie on my back, and we'll show you that. We showed you the video with Chris using the Theracane on his back. That's definitely option A. So you can rock on your back and use the Theracane. And then also when you do this practice, you could be on your back also. But I find when I really want to just let these memories come up, surrender completely, this is the way I do it. So I'm rocking. Now I did this morning, and I feel really good after doing it. So, but basically you're closing your eyes, and you're sensing if things are pushing up already, you're going to start exploring where the energy is loaded up. So turn this on, and you'll find like you might be really tight in your neck, or you might feel tension here, but you're exploring the whole kind of brain nervous system. Right at the base of the occiput, there could be a lot of primitive fear. So on one level, you're just treating the primitive nervous system, but what will So if you approach it just from a sense of where the tension is, you can just start there. If you're familiar with soul journey work, and you will start to do these points. So let's say I go back here somewhere, and you're going to close your eyes, and you might notice memories coming up. So it's basically twofold. Either follow the energy, and always follow the energy, by the way, and then see what emerges. So you're not forcing it, but if all of a sudden you get into this and you just start noticing, it's like how you really, really felt every step along the way in your life. You're giving yourself permission to look at your deepest level of reaction, feelings, where you were at. Now, the problem is, and this is kind of a pretty strong spiritual question. Ho'oponopono talks about cleaning memories and that you channel a lot of memories. So this is a way to clean and what's channeling and to actually bring up things that you've suppressed. Some people would say, well, that's in the past, and this is just going to be a debate, I think, that goes on forever and ever. When your body carries these memories and it's in your body and you haven't really loved and embraced a release practice, I think this is very healing spiritually, because you're really healing every step along the way where there was soul disconnect. They call this soul retrieval work. What does that mean, soul disconnect? Well, let's say somebody yells at a child and the child gets traumatized and he doesn't know how to process. And so he just kind of, it's a little bit of a collapse. He gets confused and he starts creating thoughts and judgment. So when you go in and you start to watch this and you're treating it, you're actually letting the nervous system kind of complete what it wanted to complete by moving, by getting into those key blocked areas. You're allowing things to move along, basically. Every time there's a freeze trauma in life and you inherit them, your parents are basically teaching you freeze trauma. That's what they're teaching. That's the main lesson you get when you learn to sit up straight in school, whatever they teach you. It's all freeze trauma. You don't go to school and they teach you to let go. They teach you to stuff in, it's like you're being molded. I wish that was the number one course in school, but there'd be nothing to teach. Oh, excuse me. But nothing would be a great subject matter to teach. Another episode of Seinfeld. Anyhow, very important. The information wants to be cleared. It's just pure and simple. It's trying to find a way out. It's going to show up spontaneously. You're going to rock. The rocking is like a very mothering permission to let go. This is how I learned bodywork, by the way. I did this for years and years before I went to bodywork school. And I actually learned to listen to my own body. And if you can't listen to yourself, you can't listen to a client. And you're teaching your clients to listen. That's it. To listen and let go. So rock the body. Don't think it out. Just notice where the energy's loaded up. Hit the point. And if memories now start to flow, if this starts to okay, you start to get this sort of waving of memory, that's a good sign. You want to set a limit. If it gets overwhelming, stop. But you're going to keep moving around to different points, and you're going to notice that memories will start to come up spontaneously. And now when I say memory, this is a kind of loose word. It's almost like it's literally you're going back to how you really, really felt. And it's like a memory because you might not ever remember. You might not have ever really, you might have shut yourself down. You might have suppressed it. So now all of a sudden you're like kind of reliving your life. It's like a soul retrieval, but also like a life review, but from a perspective of cleaning and setting things free. We'll post links below to the Ho'oponopono teachings, to the trauma release program. But this is really very simple. You're spontaneously embracing what shows up by rocking your body and using the acupuncture and some chakra work to hit key points. Now, you can do way more than just working on the head, but I particularly find, I do a lot of work on the body. We just showed you the vibration rapid release. So you want to work the entire body. Memory is stored everywhere in the body. This is just sort of a really deeper level of meditation, cleaning meditation that I end up going to. Now I go back and forth. I might do this, then get back on the vibration machine, shake the entire body. Depends on the day. Depends on, sometimes for a day or two, things could just load up in your system. Something's trying to process it, and it's not going to necessarily come through that day. Typically, it comes through the next day. If you do this a lot, you'll find, a buildup of information that's very, the subconscious stuff is, if you've been holding it a long time, it's not going to come out all at once. So it comes out in layers, it comes out incrementally. Alrighty, if you have any questions, I love these practices. This is self-love. This is self-attention. This is self-awareness. If you just try to push away, condemn the mind, and there are systems that say, the mind, it's just a piece of garbage, ignore it. That's not my belief. I find the Ho'oponopono very positive because you can deal with the mind and you can compassionately reach into those frozen trauma sections of your being and start to release. And the more you do this, if you start young, that's fantastic. Just make this a functional practice. They call it cleaning. They say you'll be doing it for many, many lifetimes. Now's a great time to start, if not now. If not now, when? And if I'm not for myself, who am I? If I'm only for myself, what am I? It's an interesting, if not now, when? I just also, to anybody who's been taught to not pay attention to their own inner being, to not listen, please, if you're playing information, if you're suffering, listen and respond. It's so simple. Be self-responsive. Self-responsibility means self-responsive creatively, lovingly. Self-responsibility isn't just beating yourself over the head with a club and going out and saying, I ought to do this and I ought to do that. Self-responsibility is letting go. If you let go, your burden becomes so much lighter and life will cooperate with you. Things will work out way better. Everyone says let go. This is a excellent way to approach letting go. I found it out of absolute necessity. I tried different ways, and this somatic deep work, I was fortunate to discover it, and I keep working it. It's very simple, very loving. Trust the process, do the work, and you'll start to heal. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.